welcome to Abin Time, where your hosts, Kat
And Maddie.
discuss a wide variety of topics. And today we're actually kind of tackling something a little broad and a little big, so this is probably going to be a longer episode. We're going to talk about music that has stuck with us or that really hits us in the feels.
The whole heart. right
Yeah,
right in the chest.
just stab right through the heart. We both have quite a few songs to talk about, so we don't want to waste too much time on the intro. So let's just roll right into it. Maddie, what's your first song that sticks with you or hits you in the feels?
Oh God. Okay, so as I've said already, World of Warcraft is a game that's very dear to my heart. I've played it ever since I was 6, and I play it still now. And if I could do math, that's been 13 years. Yes, great. And so when I first started really getting my own account and such was a big time for me in my life. And I joined during a expansion called Wrath of the Lich King, and the title screen, which is conveniently called Wrath of the Lich King, is the very first one on my list, because the nostalgia value is through the roof. Coming home from school, like elementary, whatever, coming home from school, sitting down, opening the game, and that menu music is there, and it's so epic, and oh my god. Oh my god.
Is it one of those songs that, like, whenever you hear it, you just instantly get transported back to that time?
Yeah, actually it is. I have quite a few of those songs, but Wrath of the Lich King, that title theme, is very, very huge. It's almost hard to describe, just because it's mostly like just the feeling of being literally rushed back to when you were very innocent and you were not kind of a little bitter about the world or anything. All you had was school, and you come home, do your homework, and then you have game time with family, because I played with my family and some friends, and you just sit there and you have your character and you're exploring this world for the very first time, and all for the time, all of the production value and writing was like really, really high, and it still is now. Like, it's better now, obviously.
Mhm.
But it was a game I hadn't played before, because I've been playing, Pokemon and Zelda. And don't get me wrong, Zelda's good, but MMO RPG, World of Warcraft, that was a big thing, and I dove right into it, and a lot of my life was entering and listening to that menu music, and then playing, possibly falling asleep, waking up, listening to that menu music because you DC'd back to the main menu. And yeah, man, that's the biggest time machine song I think I ever have.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Fun fact, one of the themes of WoW now is they tend to do like a dun 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 dun, and everyone thought it was from the very beginning, from vanilla, and actually that first bit was in this title screen.
Oh, okay.
And it's so iconic now that everyone just assumes, oh yeah, it's been there the whole time. And me and my brother did a little digging and realized, oh no, that happened at Wrath of the Lich King, where almost everyone agrees that was the WoW's golden age.
Oh, yeah, I remember all my friends absolutely that expansion.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. So, rolling further into it, I could talk about that song all day, and I could talk about many of these songs all day, but for the sake of time, we gotta keep going.
Yeah.
My first... Wrath of the Lich King's background is Lich King was basically the boss, and he had necromantic powers, and long story short, the new class was basically you were his Death Knight, and the starting zone is you break out of his control. That's my main character, was a Death Knight. So another song is Assault on New Avalon, which was basically the Death Knight starting zone area.
Oh, cool.
Because that's my main, that's my baby. That's the character I have headcanon backstory for, and why I died, and why I'm like this, and do all these things. Because I'm that sort of person that enjoys that. I can't roleplay with anyone.
Nothing wrong with adding a bit of history to your character.
Yep. And it has that very thick Wrath of the Lich King vibe, because every expansion has its kind of tone. And Wrath of the Lich King tone always gets me real good, which is why most of these songs are from Wrath of the Lich King. Assault on New Avalon was my first main character starting point. The cinematic for Wrath of the Lich King was called Arthas, My Son, and that's just kind of an epic. Watching that cinematic is like an epic, oh my god, overwhelming feeling, because it's the first expansion I joined, and I saw that cinematic. I was like, oh my god, this is the thing we're fighting. And as I'm a younger mind at the time, just that excitement, that childlike excitement, I like to say, that's a good time. Next song is Mountains of Thunder, which is basically the zone where I hit the level cap for the time.
Oh, okay.
Which was achievement for me as being a 12-year-old kid, and everyone else was ahead of me, and I finally heard that ding and got the achievement level 80 max cap, and I was like, I did it! Like, I reached the peak! I can play with my brother finally! And oh man, I'd run around, and that one ability you unlock at the max cap, I flew to like the tallest mountain in Storm Peaks, which conveniently is named Storm Peaks and does have tall mountains. You'd run up to the very top, and I'd summon my army of the dead because I'm a death knight, and that's the max ability. And I remember feeling so happy in that moment. So that's why that song sticks with me.
What is the level cap now?
The level cap now is 110.
Wow.
And next expansion is 120.
Yeah. Anyways, I was just curious.
Oh, yeah. Feel free to interrupt me whenever. That's all the Wrath of the Lich King songs. I have a shout out to Elwynn Forest, which is the starting zone for humans. Just because I am a very for the Alliance person. If you didn't know, that game has two factions, the Alliance and the Horde. I am for the Alliance. And I started many alternate characters, leveling 1 through 20 a lot. And I ditched almost all of them, but I did it a lot because I enjoyed it. And Elwynn Forest was almost constantly in my ears. So, again, very big nostalgia value for just running around that peaceful forest beating up boars. Yeah, because you're level 5. What can you do? Yeah, you got your stick. You got your rags, and you're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm a champion. I can do this. And last shout out to Lament of the Highborn, which is just basically a very sad WoW song in Thalassian, which is basically WoW Elvish. And for the time, it was whoa. I'm not crying. That was actually just my throat.
I could tell that was phlegm. Yeah,
that was weird. For the time, I listened to it, and it's just a very pretty song. And through the vocals, you could hear how sad this quote unquote Elvish singer is. And then I delved into the lore of it a bit, and it's actually Sylvanas who's singing it. Which, long story short, she was a leader of her people. She got killed by the Lich King, raised through the Lich King, and she was forced to serve him and destroy her own hometown.
Aww.
So she's singing about how much she lost, basically, is the lyrics. And I just love songs like that where it's intertwined with the lore. Someone, a huge NPC of the games, is singing it canonly, and it's just a beautiful song. And yeah, that's all the call out WoW music I have.
Is that all?
That's all. I have a lot. For example, I went to BlizzCon last year and they announced the new expansion. So all those songs, if I hear them again, rewatching cinematics and whatnot, I tear up. I don't know the song names because they're not out yet.
Right.
But the next expansion I am super, super, super excited for. Because it's kind of a callback to the roots. It's called World of Warcraft, and we've been fighting. It's been the two factions trying to get along to fight a big evil, and this one, it's the two factions are at war again. It's kind of a callback to their roots. Some people are mad, some people are excited. I'm excited to see where they'll take it, and I always like that feeling of going back. 'Cause it's like,
and hey, hopefully they do it well.
Exactly. And I also listen to WoW music all my freshman year of high school. Which is also why it has a huge nostalgia value, because it got me through my freshman year of high school. Yay!
Wow.
Yay! WoW has good songs. WoW has very good songs.
Yeah, no, I know a bunch of my friends who played would tend to eventually supplement their own soundtrack into it, just because, like, you can.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But from the couple of songs you showed me before we started, yeah, they sounds like they've got some good music.
It has, yeah. It has very good music. It's very good at establishing tones of the different zones, of capturing the leitmotif of the expansion.
Different episode, Maddie.
Sorry, but it came up, okay? Each expansion has its theme, and each time you go into one song from one expansion to another song of another expansion, you can tell what expansion it is just by the kind of undertone it has. And I'm very proud of Blizzard for being proud of their games and trying to make it the best they can for us, the players.
Oh, that's great.
They're succeeding very, very well, I think. I think so. They're doing it well for me. Hit me right in the feels. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I if I may jump in.
Go for it. I've been talking for far too long, I know it.
No, it's all good.
I apologize.
Don't. I knew WoW was going to be a big one. I just figured, let you get it all out there. Get as much as you want to get out there, at least.
Oh man, I love WoW so much. Continue.
So, this kind of has a bit of a backstory to it. The song itself doesn't have like a huge sentimental value to me, but I absolutely adore this song. It's one day a friend of mine, Matt, was like, "You have to listen to this song," and he sent me a link to a YouTube video with a song from E Celceta called Ancient Lore, and I immediately went on iTunes and bought the whole CD.
Whoa.
It was like, I love this song. I need this song. Let's get this song. So I bought the whole CD. And I found it on the thing. And I actually think the YouTube had a different name for the song because, anytime you translate something, you're going to get like variances.
Oh, yeah.
But I found the song and I listened to it on repeat for, I swear to God, a couple of hours.
Whoa.
I love this song. It is everything I love about music. It's got a nice build up. It's like little chill moments. It's kind of like, I don't know, ethereal. And it just, like just if you hear the beginning, it's like bum 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 bum. And it's just so pretty. And when I got to that part in the game, because like I bought the CD before we even had a localization announcement, like,
oh my God, you jumped the gun on that one.
I jumped the gun so hard. Like, I think it had just come out in Japan, and then my friend's like, "Oh, here you go," and I'm like, "Okay, bot, click, thank you."
Your friend knows your tastes, 100%.
He does. He really does. And so I get to that part in the game, and I just kind of like sat there for 15 minutes letting it play, and I'm like, I don't want to continue because it's so pretty. Can I stay here? Can I just stay here and not keep playing the game because it's so good?
Oh man.
No word of a lie, it's my ringtone.
Very specific part is your ringtone, because I think that's a longish song.
Yeah, it's like a 3 or 4 minute long song, and it's about there are two, if I had to say, stanzas in it. Like there's the one bit, and then there's a second bit that's a bit more powerful. It's the same melody, but it's got a bit more oomph to it, and that part is my ringtone, like 30 seconds of it at least. And yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out how to make this damn thing my ringtone so I would hear it, and I would be able to find it, and I was like, yep, here, this part right there, got it, mine, yay.
You done did it.
Yep, and like every once in a while I'll just find myself whistling it because I love that song so much. I think it is my most played song on iTunes, even though I've had to, like, sometimes iTunes will randomly lose the "you've played the song this amount of times" counter. Yeah. And it's still always the most played song on my damn iTunes.
Hey, we all got those.
Oh yeah, and Ancient Lore is mine. Unlike all the other songs on the list, I don't have like the huge sentimental value. I just love that story of, oh, I like this song, I'm gonna buy the whole album for this one song.
Yeah, goodness, I'm impressed you did that.
To be fair, Celceta has an amazing OST. Like, I love so many of the songs. In fact, we'll be talking about another song later. But for now, I just figured, because it actually has more sentimental value, I didn't want to put them together just yet.
Absolutely. I find it a little funny, considering Memories of Celceta was my first Ys game.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't enjoy it that much.
It's okay. It's not a series that you're big into. I get it.
Oh man, Ys 8. Oh no.
Ys 8's so good.
Oh god. Yeah, that could be another. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that when we both finish. When I finish platinuming and you finish your Nightmare Hummel run, we'll talk about it.
Nightmare Hummel Run. Yes. Man, I'm so pumped for that. I just need to stop playing Monster Hunter. Yes. Anyway.
Oh man, who knows? Maybe by the time this comes out, in how many weeks, you'll have stopped.
I think
or probably not.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a buffer.
We have a little buffer. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my first pick. Ancient Lore from East Celceta, and I might as well run it right into my other. Like, I'm putting it on the list. Not huge sentimental attachment, but I love the song, and in this case, I love the visuals to go with the song.
All right.
So, I've mentioned this before, but I like a show called Natsume Yujincho, or Natsume's Book of Friends.
What?
And yeah, I knew I liked the show 2 episodes in, but the point when I absolutely fell head over heels with the show was actually the second intro song.
Oh.
It's called Enohi Time Machine by Longshot Party. And the way the intro is set up is in the first half, you see the world as like a person without sight would see it. And then in the second half, you see the world as Natsume sees it. So it's the exact same visuals, but with the yokai and the ayakashi that you couldn't see originally. So it's like such a perfect representation of what the show is about, dealing with the fact that he can see things other people can't.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just it's such an upbeat song. Like it's I think the main instrument is like a trumpet or something, and I don't tend to like those kinds of instruments, but it really does work in this one song. And yeah, I just instantly fell in love. I'm actually rewatching the show right now, and I just got to season 3, and I'm like, oh, I miss season 2.
I missed the
already.
intro. Yeah,
Season 2 also has an amazing ending song, but like, yeah, specifically the intro song has a lot of sentimental value for the fact that it, like, when I want to tell people what the show is about, it's like, just watch this intro song. Just do it, and then you'll see, and you'll get the gist.
It's always cool when an intro manages to do that, where it's just like, just watch the intro and you'll get the gist of
yeah,
the show.
and it won't have any spoilers. It's like, here's just what the show is about without me saying, yeah, it's about a boy and his cat, and he can see spirits, and he's got a book. And the book has names, and he's got to give the names back, otherwise yokai will continue to hunt him for the names because they want to control the names. It's much easier to go, listen to this pretty song.
Very much easier, yes. Yeah.
So those are both of ours. Your aggregate wow and mine hugely emotionally attached to, but I still love these songs. What do you want to talk about next, Maddie?
Well, I just went through a huge feelsy route, so let's try and calm myself down with Beneath the Mask.
Of course.
Rain instrumental, specifically.
I knew this song would be on your list.
Of course. I mean, I've talked multiple times, not on this podcast, but multiple times have I listened to my mega mix of it, which is basically an hour-long song version of it that I created, because of course I did. And I can listen to the whole thing. I have repeated it before, and I use it when I've worked, when I'm working, when I'm just trying to calm down.
Oh, it's the perfect song to work to, because it's so chill. It doesn't distract you. It's just great background noise.
Yeah, especially when you're like editing and you're like, sometimes you're sound editing, but I just don't want to turn off my music. I hate going back and pausing, so I just turn it really low, and it's there. But it's so chill that I could totally pick it apart from what I'm trying to focus edit. And so it's like such perfect background music. I use it when I'm falling asleep. I use it when I'm driving in the rain, because it's called Beneath the Mask Rain. So I obviously have to play it when I'm in the rain.
Of course. You get rain in California?
Yeah, right? Oh, man. We were promised a weekend of rain last week, and we got a night worth of rain. But hey, I got to listen to it as I was sleeping, so that was pretty cool. Very peaceful. I like the sound of rain, if you guys can't tell. Anyway, yes, the song, I've used it in so many situations, and I've listened to it so much, and it still manages to, I don't get tired of it. It still calms me down. I still put it on when I'm working. It's just the perfect song to have as a companion, I guess. Like, to just be there.
I get that.
Yeah, it's just there, and it helps you sometimes. And it's just, I love it so much. Such a good song.
Oh yeah, it's a great song. It's probably my favorite version of that song. Like I do like the ones with lyrics too, but I really like the rain version.
Yeah, and the lyrics are really well done and everything. It's just sometimes, like, I'll sing along to it usually when it doesn't have lyrics because I know the lyrics so well.
Yeah.
But just the bass, and then not having like the drum in the background, which is the normal version has like, you know, that slight beat because it's a normal song. It's just piano with little echo, and it's like so relaxing.
Oh yeah.
I played it to my friends who haven't like played games or Japanese JRPGs or anything, and I played it in the car, and I've had 2 people be like, "What song is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's from a game called Persona 5. It's called Beneath the Mask Rain, specifically the instrumental version." And she's like, "Man, I'm gonna find this on YouTube and just work to it because this is like such a chill song."
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, "Yes,
It's the best song to work to. It really is. I drew a whole picture to that song
you did."
once. And it was like, yeah, when it ended, because you only gave me the 20-minute version, not the hour version. I was like, oh.
You didn't. I offered it though. I will say.
I know, but I know I can listen to a song for an hour. I don't want to necessarily make everybody listen to a song for an hour.
Yeah, I get that. If you still want it for your own enjoyment, just
Yeah,
tell
we'll
me.
see.
I mean, if you guys join our Discord and you want any of these longer versions of songs that I create, hit me up in general.
Yeah.
Or
pretty
music, and I'll give it to you. I made it. Why not share it? Because it's a freaking peaceful, amazing song, and having
It
a
really is.
20-minute to an hour loop of it is just so nice.
No,
Time
it
can
is
fly
really
when you're
nice.
listening to it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like half the time when it does finish for me, I'm like, that was not 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You look over, you have the hour version, and it's just like, how long have I been working? That says 40 minutes I've been listening to the song. Okay, I don't think that's true, but okay. I'm just gonna keep on going.
Exactly.
That song, yeah, it calms me down. It's such a nice song, so peaceful. I think I mentioned it like 2 times on the podcast already.
Oh,
before
probably.
this episode.
Like we're gonna repeat ourselves sometimes. You just got to get over that one
Yeah,
right now.
sorry. we like things and they come up often.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the times we like things and they're intermixed. So what are we gonna do? Not talk about it because we know we have a topic down the line?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna talk about it 2 times.
Exactly. We gotta get it out. Just gotta get it out.
Exactly.
And speaking of getting it out, what's your next song? What's the
My
one that
next-
hits you in the feels?
My next song, I have 5 versions of this one song.
Ooh, oh gosh.
That's how much I love it. Now, Maddie, from that one hint, can you tell what song I'm talking about?
I know exactly what song you're talking about, and it's Amber Amore,
Yeah, it's Amber Amore.
sung by Olivier.
Yep, specifically that version.
Is it specifically that version?
Yes, I absolutely adore that version. I love the loop version, and I love the one with Olivier, aka I wrote his name down so I would know it. Takahito Koyasu, singing it. His version is so good because it's just got so much more orchestra behind it too. Like it's got everything I love about music. It's nice, pretty strings and kick-ass orchestra, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I love this song. But the first time I heard it was so way back in the day when Xseed brought out Trails in the Sky 1, it came with a CD with a bunch of music from the game. Like not every song, but quite a few songs. And Amber Amore, the one sung by the woman, was on there, and oh my god, I just instantly fell in love with this very peaceful, kind of sad song. But not sad, just like, you know, you can tell that they're yearning for something.
For this time, I agree with you and I enjoy it. Okay, this is like gonna be like the one exception here, but
Yeah, Maddie and I don't agree on sad in songs.
no, you want 20 minutes of just pure heart wrenching song, fine, but I don't get it.
I haven't asked you for Astor House yet, so I mean, like,
Okay, I'm gonna take that as you want that. All right.
no, I actually like, I do like Astor, but it's not a song I could stand for 20 minutes. 'cause
Okay.
it's just
Wow.
my heart.
She does have a limit, everyone. She has a limit
I
of how
do.
much sad she could take.
I mean, to be fair, I asked you for a 20-minute version of the thing that happens immediately after the whole Astor House thing.
Yeah,
so, I
you
mean,
did. I don't understand. Oh man, back to
it's
Amber
a pretty
Amore.
song. Yes, Amber Amore, or Kohaku no Ai, which translates to Amber Amore.
Wow, really? Okay.
Well, I mean, it translates to like love of Amber or whatever if you're going to be all director stuff. But if you, localize it, Amber
Yeah.
is a correct translation. But yeah, no, I adore this song. I love every single version I have of it. if it were possible to loop, I would ask you to loop it just so I could have like that one. I would have an hour version of because I'd just be like, oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why I specifically gravitated to that song from Sky, but I did, and when every time it comes up in the Kiseki series, I'm just like, yes, give me more Amber and more. I want it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but it's not the only song from Sky that has a huge sentimental value to me.
Mhm.
And I think this is on both of our lists.
Oh, I know what song you're gonna talk about. Oh God. Yep.
Yep. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so the song that I have a feeling is on both of our lists is Whereabouts of Light and Whereabouts of Hope.
Ugh. Ugh.
True fact, this song, without context, can make me cry. Just like if it plays and I'm in the wrong mood, I will just start the waterfall tears. They'll happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that more with Whereabouts of Hope. And
Oh
not
yeah, for
Whereabouts
sure.
of Light, just
Whereabouts of Light is cute and sad, but Whereabouts of Hope is like, here's your heart beating in front of you. I'm just gonna stomp on it a few times,
Here.
and then we'll put it back. You know, duct tape it. It helps.
Oh man, that's just a song where. Yeah, so I think our joke was like Whereabouts of Hope was Whereabouts of Light on steroids.
Yeah.
Because like Whereabouts of Light, if you've only played the first chapter, it's like, oh no, oh God, why? And then you play second chapter and you're like, Whereabouts of Hope is just you're on the ground and you're crying and Falcom's just beating you over the head, right? And it's like, Falcom, why would you do this to me?
Yeah, no, I think there are only a couple of times where the Kiseki series has made me openly like ugly sob.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts of Hope is one of them.
Yep, same.
Stardoor 14 or 15.
I think it's
is
14.
the other.
I think it's 14.
14, that's what I thought. Yeah, Stardoor 14 is the other.
Don't look up.
I'm not
Stardoor
going to
14.
get into Stardoor 14. Just
No.
understand that it's not okay, and Falcom, you should go to the corner and you should think about what you did.
Go to your
'Cause
corner.
It's not okay.
Oh man, yeah.
But yeah, and it's the thing, like, I think what makes Whereabouts of Hope and Whereabouts of Light so impactful is because it's reinforced throughout the entire game
Mm-hmm.
through that one character. Like, we're trying to avoid spoilers, people, but something might slip out, so be careful.
Be careful. If you haven't played the Sky series yet, be very careful during this segment right now. Because
Yeah, like, skip ahead. Let's give them a timestamp
sure.
and just skip ahead.
All right.
Um,
Warning complete. All right.
Yeah. So because it's reinforced by specific characters throughout the entire series, specifically Sky 1 and Sky 2,
Mhm.
it's just that much more impactful when Whereabouts of Hope happens, and it's like it has been culminating to this one moment.
And yeah, and that whole moment plays out. So the song is playing, which it itself is like you can feel
It's so emotional.
the emotion behind it, and then you're watching what's actually happening in the game, and you seriously cannot help but just bawl because like
Well, because you feel for the characters involved in this particular situation.
Yeah.
You feel for why they both have done what they've done, and it's just
and how they
like,
feel now, and it's like it's so beautiful, but so overflowing with emotion, and the things that are happening at the moment are just making it worse,
yeah.
I guess.
Oh my god.
So much worse. So it's like it's one of the only, while that song is playing, I think is like the only animated cutscene like in the game besides the intro and the outro. It's like the only animated cutscene within Sky 1 and Sky 2. And
I think that is correct.
I think it's
there might be one more. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played the game. To be
Yeah.
fair. But,
maybe.
But I think you are correct.
Yeah, and it's like a 3 to 4 minute cutscene, and like a bunch of crap is happening, and you're freaking out over what you just saw and what's happening, and that song is playing while a place is basically exploding, and you're just like, what the hell is happening? Oh my god, why? Oh god.
Yeah. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. It's one of those things where if somebody told me they didn't like that song, I wouldn't like not be their friend or anything, but I would question their taste from that moment on.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't like that song, that's fine.
That's-
Everyone's allowed to have their taste. I'm just saying, like, that's one of those things where it's like, but it's such a good song.
Yeah. Also, if you played through both the games and you just have no emotion in that scene at all, like if you just were just
Yeah,
blank,
then I question if you're a robot.
I question if basically if you have any heart. How can you not? Oh man. And then it cuts to like the rest of the party discussing what's happening, and like their voice lines are like heart throbbing. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Falcom make good music. A lot of my list is Falcom. I'm not sorry because they have so many games. Like you can't fault me for that.
Yep. Yeah.
But before I get into my next Falcom pick, do you have another one?
I do.
list-
And since we're already on this thread, let's go to my Falcom pick.
All right.
Gin no Ishii.
Of course. I didn't put this on my list because I knew you would put it on yours.
Thank you. That song, holy crap. So I have, you do too, but like I also, this is one of the Falcon songs that I have a lot of versions for, and I think it's like 4 or 5.
Oh yeah. I haven't counted, but I've got like between Zanmai's and Super Ranges and Evo's and
Yeah.
normal, I've at least got 4. I have to.
Yeah. That song is used. It's also a little bit of a motif throughout the game for a certain character, and that. God, how can I not spoil it? Okay, so it's kind of like a theme song sort of for a certain character fighting his fight, and it's used at the end of first chapter, and then it ends on as it does, and I could only wait about 2 minutes before I started the next game because you can't.
Yeah, because somebody didn't have to wait 4 years
Yay!
for the gap between first chapter and second chapter. Golly gee, must have been nice. Why is it suddenly so salty in here?
It's fantastic. I could actually taste the salt coming out of my headset. Yeah, that's a lot of salt. Anyway, so I started it again, and the intro. I don't know if the intro goes off or you play through the prologue and then the intro goes off. I think you might play through the prologue and then the intro goes off.
My gut tells me that you play a bit and then
Yeah.
and then you get the song.
Well, I finished the game at like 11 p.m. first chapter, and then I played second chapter until about 1 or 2 in the morning. So I got to the intro right away, and that intro song is Gin no Ishii with lyrics, and
Yeah.
oh my god, I was like, this is my favorite. Like, this was my favorite battle song. It's being used as the intro, and oh my god, all the feelings I have are like, no, why this character? Why did you do this? Oh god, and like the visuals are going off, and it's like everything that I'm terrified of. And I'm freaking out.
God.
I freaked out so much during that intro song, and then it was like, okay, and the sad thing of like, spoiler, and then the game starts, and I'm like, it's like 2 in the morning. I just watched this. I don't think I can take anymore. I think I just gotta stop. I gotta reboot. I gotta recover from this.
Oh god.
So I stopped, and the next day I binged it. Of course I did, but that song.
I mean, you can only binge so much of it. It is a 60-hour game.
That's true.
I mean,
That's so very true. For point of reference, I think I beat first and second chapter within a span of 2 months.
wow, nice.
Yeah, and then third chapter took like 3 because. But anyway, Gin no Ishii is used multiple times throughout second chapter as well for the same character doing his fight things, and even in third chapter it's used for a certain character, and I'm like, Falcon, stop! This song gives me too many feels.
We remember we gotta keep that kind of talk for another episode.
I
'cause
know.
We have an episode dedicated to when. Well, it's not the title of the episode, but it is to when Falcom uses songs when they shouldn't.
They shouldn't be used.
What does it mean?
We're weaponizing songs that should not be allowed. But this song is played during so many perfect parts that hit me right in the gut, and Falcom seems to be very good at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love battle songs, but they tend to pump me up, which is why they're not on this list. But this one is a battle song / intro song that pumps me up, but at the same time hits me just right in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's going on this list. So good, and it hurts so much.
So we've touched on first chapter, and we've now touched on second chapter. Why don't I just roll us right into third chapter?
Perfect.
Trails in the Sky, the third.
We're doing some good work here.
Yeah, no, okay. So for those who don't know, and I've kind of touched on it already, there was a 4-year gap between first chapter releasing and second chapter releasing. Xseed actually, before second chapter came out, said, "Don't worry, guys, pigs are gonna fly," and I literally squeaked, and as I do, and scared the hell out of my family because.
Oh, your squeaks.
Yeah, my impromptu squeaks. Like they actually asked me who died, and I'm like, no, it's about a video game. I'm sorry, I'm so strange. So something similar happened when, or after second chapter came out. They had been saying for a while that they were really only going to do first and second chapter because it's its own contained story, and the third is a new protagonist and a new story in a different format, and they didn't know if anyone would care. So when they announced on Twitter, a priest and a nun walk into a game,
Oh no.
I immediately went, don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up. Like, what else could they be fucking talking about but don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up. And then the next day I was streaming, and when I stream, I usually take little, like, wrist breaks, and I'll check Twitter on my phone. And I saw on Twitter on my phone, Trails in the Sky, the third, was confirmed to be coming out soon. And I just felt these tears stream down my face. And I said it out loud, and of course when I cry I lose. So it just came out as like little squeaky, cracking sadness, and I'm like, I gotta go get some water, and then we'll continue.
Yeah.
Because I am just so overrun with emotions. And so eventually, and well, actually, I go to Japan. And then a couple days of me being in Japan, the third comes out.
Oh yeah.
So I couldn't play it right away, which did kill me. But I was in Japan, so I wasn't too upset about it.
That's true. Yeah, you had a valid reason.
I had a valid reason not to play right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I get back, I buy the game, I load it up, and the song that you were greeted with when you open up the game is called Stone of Recluse.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I was just so hit with emotion as I'm hearing this absolutely gorgeous song. It is like everything I like about music again. It's just mythical sounding, and it's gentle, and it's still got that power behind it, and I just start crying my eyes out because, oh my god, I never thought we were going to get this game. And I didn't know I wanted the third until I beat second chapter, because, like, I really liked the main character in the third, but in second chapter I'm just like, oh, they're so much fun, and then they do a thing, and I'm like, I want a game focused on this character. There's a game that exists, but we're not gonna get it, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when Stone of Recluse started to play, I started bawling my eyes out, and I just sat there on the opening screen for as long as I could. Eventually it does go into the title screen, which I think is a different song.
The intro? Oh no,
Stone of Recluse. It's when you turn on the game, it has a little cinematic and it pops up.
Yeah, that's Cry for Me, isn't it?
No, that's the intro song.
I have to redo my game.
Yeah,
I know
just turn it on for 2 seconds.
I know Stone of Recluse is like the title screen song.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you double click the game and it opens, it gives you a little cinematic saying like it only takes a moment of hesitation, blah blah blah. And Stone of Recluse is playing during that.
Ah.
And yeah, that's when I knew I was gonna love this game more than I already did, because I adore the main character.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I do.
A lot.
And nobody gets it, and it's like, but he's so interesting, and how can you not understand?
I mean, we've gone over this, which we could also go. I think we're probably gonna go over in a different episode as well.
Yes. Yeah,
So I'll leave it at that. But yes, we have differing opinions on this one character, though I don't hate him. I definitely don't.
I know
hate
you
him.
don't hate him. It's just, it kills me how often people are like, they never use him in second chapter, even though he's got the best ass craft.
Oh well,
and...
at least I did use him in second chapter because yeah, his moveset was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get why people don't use him, but I love him, and I you can you can feel his pain and his reasoning for the way he acts so early on in second chapter. To see that expanded on third, and with the music in the third probably being my favorite of the entire series. Yeah, I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case that wasn't clear, that I absolutely adore the third.
Yes, I think you do. I think.
Yeah.
It's a little close though.
So do you have any more Kiseki songs, or are we moving on to a different
I don't know. I don't think I do.
Oh my goodness,
I
we're
know.
out of the Kiseki, hooray!
We
I mean,
did it.
I've still got Falcom on this, but what? Sue me.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Malcolm just makes really good songs.
They really do.
We're sorry. Like I would have Yeez 8 probably, but again, most of those songs pump me up, so you'll see it later. Yeah. I'm gonna go to a quick standalone. Actually, yeah, I'll go to the quick standalone that I have.
Okay.
I have a few tales of songs, though I'm gonna only really talk about one since this is a long episode, and it's basically the very, 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 very end of Abyss. It's called Overflowing Emotions Reunion, and it's I mean, I can't spoil the game.
No, we don't want to spoil what happens in the end of Abyss, because again, we are trying desperately to avoid spoilers. It's hard for some of these.
It's very, very hard, but a thing, two characters meet again basically, and it's that song just plays.
And it's a perfect song for that particular moment, because it's also after the credits song, right? Like,
yeah,
it's the very, very end of the
game. It's
literally
the very, very end. Like, you finish that part, and it's like, back to the main menu. You want to have save data? And it's like, I just watched this literally overflowing emotions scene with this song that works so beautifully. And Jade smiles, and oh my god, Jade, I love that character so much too. And to see him smile like that. Oh god.
Jade's not allowed to smile. We gotta destroy that.
No! Like, that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
I like Jade as a character so much that as I created a skit basically where we were doing a bunch of S-Craft / Mystic Arts, I copied one part of his S-Craft into my own.
Oh, nice. I think they're Mystic Arts in that game.
They are Mystic Arts. I just keep getting them confused.
I know, me too.
Because,
Super duper special attack.
There we go, that's it. But that song, every time I hear it, it makes me slightly tear up no matter how many times, and it starts off really quiet, so when I know the next song's playing but I can't quite hear it, I'm like, oh crap, it's this song, and I just turn it up all the way, and you just hear the slight, I don't even know what instrument it is, but it's like so soft, and then it builds, and I see the scene playing out so perfectly, and when it hits the climax of the song, I'm just like tearing up so much, even though all I'm doing is listening to the song.
Oh yeah, music's amazing for being able to do that to you, like just make you cry.
Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that it's actually just called Overflowing Emotions.
I know, right?
Yep, you nailed that one perfectly.
That's part of the reason why I won't buy OSTs to games until I beat the game. Mm-hmm. Except for East, that one is like the one exception. I'll buy it right away because I'm greedy and I want it now.
Yes.
But half the time, the song titles are spoilers.
They are, which is why I tend to also not buy or listen to the soundtrack of games unless I've beaten them. That's like my taboo. Mm-hmm. I got to beat it in order. Hence why I haven't even tried to listen to Tokyo Xanadu, because I'm nowhere. I feel like I'm like halfway.
You're getting close to the end.
Oh, okay. 2/3.
Yeah, I'd say 2/3.
All right.
I would say past halfway for sure.
All right. But there's some
maybe
songs.
even 3/4, but I mean, like, yeah, it's hard because I've only played the Vita version, and
right.
I'm playing the PS4 version, but the Vita version ends at a certain point, and the PS4 version has an epilogue, so I would say you're probably about 2/3 in.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that tends to be what I do. Is I don't look at the songs. Don't look at the soundtrack. Don't do anything unless you've beaten the game. Because I've gotten spoiled by accident on soundtrack before, and I said never again. Never again.
I'm gonna guess Sen 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only because of the stupid art.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. And that's a story for another time. But
Yep. No, that's. We can add accidental spoilers. Although no, we can't because we are trying to be. Although whatever, we'll put a tag.
I mean, yeah, they could be a spoilered show.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just give people lots of warning.
Yes, so much warning. But yeah, that song, man, they did it. Good job.
I have a song like that too on my list.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So back to Celceta. Prelude of Truth and To Stage a New Era, which are technically the same song. To Stage a New Era goes a bit longer because it sets up for the next game. It's the ending credit song.
Mm-hmm.
But this song, it just it's hard to put into words because you also have to put it into the context. When you're in the game, Prelude to Truth happens before you're about to meet a very important character to that particular game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this huge buildup of making your way there and not getting zapped by the lightning.
Oh my god, I do remember that part. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the song is kind of a spoiler title. Sorry, I can't change that.
Mhm.
But the fact that you go to learn about the truth of this world, and this really intense, almost menacing song is playing at the same time, and then you go and you do the thing and you come out and that area now has a different song, which still kills me because the song it's replaced with is a really fun upbeat song, but I like Prelude to Truth.
I like this dark song.
Yeah, menacing song because it fits the theme, it fits everything. It tells a story without any words, and I really, really enjoy that. And then again, you beat the game, and to stage it to the stage of a new era. I can English title good.
You got it.
It plays, and it just shows you that yes, that moment for Prelude to Truth was very important, but Adol has a huge adventure ahead of him. This is just the start of his adventure.
Right.
And it makes me so emotional because it's like you used a song that already had such great storytelling, and then you use it again to tell another similar but completely different story. Just give it to me. Give me all the world building.
Oh, Falcom. World building with their freaking songs.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I have some pretty major anxiety. And sometimes when I just want to get through something that is scary in the sense of I have to do it and it's going to suck, but I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play Prelude to Truth just to get me all fired up and ready to face the thing.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Just yeah, I feel it. I have a song like that too, but again, another one.
Not this episode.
Not this episode. Yeah. Dang. I wish I remembered that song better than I did. I do remember doing that part of the game, and honestly, at that part, I was more than a little annoyed. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's a bummer. I only really remember one song from Celceta that I liked, and it was one of the field songs. I completely forgot which one. It was like one of the first zones, and I think it's like right before you enter the forest. And it's like really rocking.
I know the song you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, I dig this song. And then you go to the forest and it's like, and the song's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, game. But yeah.
Yep.
Man, those songs.
So what's your next song? I've got a couple more.
I've got
depending.
Yeah, depending. I got two more I definitely want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I got a few
I
more.
have three more I definitely want to talk about.
Okay.
But two I can kind of bunch if I have to.
All right. Well, the last two are kind of big ones, so I'm going to kind of do a couple mixed together real quick of my shout-outs. Before even while I was playing WoW, like I said earlier, I played The Legend of Zelda. And two songs really, really hit me as I was in that kind of binge. I played Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks on the DS, and then I also played Twilight Princess, and so Midna's Lament actually hit me rather hard, because at the time, like, I don't know, I didn't play a lot of games where there was darkness in it, I guess, And so for that part to happen and realize what was happening in the game, and that song was playing, there's like rain going in the part, and then that really kind of depressing piano is going on, and you're like, I need to do this thing, otherwise this person might, you know, go away forever. And you're trying to figure out how to sneak into some place to help her, and everything going on was just like so much to take in as a kid. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. Like, I was trying to go as fast as I can, even though knowing it was a game and it didn't really matter. I was so like brought into the game at that point that it was just like, I gotta do it. Oh my god, what just happened? Like, I felt like I was Link, basically. Trying to figure out what the hell happened and what am I supposed to do now, kind of deal. And that was like one of the first times I had ever really felt like that, I guess. And so that stuck with me. And, and now I do like dark games. Yeah, it was those storylines, and I like trying to figure out what to do, I guess. But yeah, Midna's Lament seriously hit me hard. And then another one, this is a happier, probably should have ended with Linda's Lament, but you know, Spirit Tracks, like I said, I played a lot of that game. This one's just more nostalgia value, and it's basically the final battle of Spirit Tracks. And before you play it, part of the mechanics of that game is you have the spirit flute, and you can blow into the mic of your DS to play it. And basically the intro into that boss fight is you have to play your flute the right song in order to weaken the boss so you could fight him. And,
okay.
And you play the song right, and then a bunch of these other characters come around you and start playing their instruments too to like help boost your power. And it's like this huge moment of just like the song builds, and then it does this great climax, the spirit flute song, and then it goes into the final battle song, which has the same kind of tone, but it's like more like a boss
fight
battle.
Appropriate?
Yes,
yeah.
Fight appropriate. And that whole time I'm just like, that just happened. This is more pump up, but you know, I have nostalgia value for it now. It's just like, this just happened. Okay, I just played this song. You're going down, kind of feeling. And it's like, every time I hear that spirit flute song that preludes into the boss fight, I just get so like, okay,
let's do this.
Let's do this. Yeah. Again, this fits under more, you know, pump up. But
it stuck with you. Like, it's one of those things where you can hear out of context, and it's like, yes, let's do this.
Because my criteria for picking these songs is I basically listened to a bunch of my songs, and I went into my Spirit Tracks folder, and I clicked on it, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh my god, I remember when I used to feel like this kind of feeling, and I was like, yep, I feel like I should call that one out. So those are my two Zelda songs that really either hit me nostalgia or like, you know, Midna's Lament, the first time I felt fully drawn into a game, which was crazy to think about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
We don't only have to talk about games on this list.
Oh my god, I almost forgot. You're right.
Yep. So I have two anime songs. One I'll talk about now, and then we'll go back to you, and it'll all be good. So when I was a wee cat.
A wee cat?
A wee whittle cat.
A whittle cat.
Yeah. My dad always enjoyed anime, specifically the Macross series. And I don't think he'd watch it with me around. Not that there's anything in Macross that really isn't kid appropriate, but you know, probably just my mom asked him not to. But there was one time, and I don't know when or how old I was when it happened, because I don't remember this at all, but he must have been watching Macross Plus, and I must have heard the song, because Voices by Akino Arai from Macross Plus has stuck with me my entire life. I had no idea for years where I knew this song. I just whistle it and be like, I didn't make this song up, but I don't know what it's from.
Wow.
And one day I was in the kitchen helping with like the dishwasher or something, and from the other room I hear this song, and I nearly dropped the plate I was drying. And so I put it down, run into the other room, and my family's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine. Just give me a second." And I checked what was on TV. It was like on a sci-fi channel or whatever. And it was Macross Plus, and it was like, this song has been with me my entire life, and this is before I knew anything about anime, like before everything, and this has been my favorite song my entire life.
Ooh.
And I only now at 20 years old know what it's from.
Dang. Wow. That's crazy.
And so it was just like one of those revelation moments. So yeah, it's got a lot of sentimental value because again, like I don't know how to describe it. It's weird knowing a song but not knowing what it's from or where you heard it from the first time. So
Oh, I bet. That would have actually just bugged me like crazy.
it did bug me. It's one of those things though, I didn't think about it. I just whistle this tune and be like, one day I'll know what it's from, and now I do. And then when I watched Macross Plus, which I'm not big on sci-fi anime, but I do like Macross, so eventually I did get to see Macross Plus, and yeah, no, I got to the end of it, and I was just the sobbing wreck because the song is so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually the end screen has like a little message. I'm not going to spoil the message here. Go watch Macross Plus; it is worth it. And that message just it broke me. It broke me. I was a broken cat.
Oh, not a broken cat. Them
Yep.
dang animes and their messages at the end.
I know, but it was worth it. So
Well, as long as it's worth it, then we're good.
yeah.
Oh, man.
So you got another song?
I do. Though, so if you don't know anything about me, the first thing you should know is I like Persona 5.
What?
Yeah. One song that actually really hit me in the feels. It doesn't. I tried to stay away from the newer songs because of I don't know why, honestly, but I did. But this one doesn't make me a mess anymore, but it used to when I fresh beat the game and still kind of was in that game hole and didn't know really what I was doing. It's Regret for Persona 5.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, if the song title didn't tell you, it plays when people are full of regret over what they did. And it so captures that emotion that like I get overwhelmed, like not with regret for like me like doing something bad or anything, right?
No.
It's just like that
Past regrets or past things that you...
Yeah, and it's at the time I just beat the game, and the game so affected me that whenever I listen to Regret, I got filled with like, man, that last month was the best month of my like of my gaming life, kind of, and it's over kind of deal. So it's almost like I regretted finishing Persona 5, though.
Oh yeah, because you binged that thing in a month, right?
I did binge that thing in a month.
That was the other game that came out when I had the audacity to be in Japan.
I know. I was like,
a little bit before I left, and then I had to get back.
I was like, how can you choose to go to real Japan rather than virtual Japan? How could you choose such a thing?
Easily, I spent a lot of money, and then I went on a plane, and then 3 weeks, and then I came back.
Yeah, and you got that Morgana shirt that I really wanted.
I did get that Morgana shirt.
Dang it. But yeah. That song broke me for a while. For a long while. I think after like maybe I was in a hole basically. We call it the game hole. You just like that game so moved you don't know kind of how to move on. So
yeah.
I was trying to edit something like a week after, and I was just staring at my screen, listening to the Persona 5 soundtrack, and that song comes on, and I'm just like, playlist.
I'm gonna just sit here and cry.
Yeah, it's playlist. I hate you. I'm gonna put my head down and just start bawling. I can't focus on editing because I can't think past this game. Yeah, that happened for a long time, and I still really like the song just because of how good it is. I don't bawl anymore, but you know, for a song making me cry like a month after I beat the game, that was a pretty hard-hitting song.
Oh yeah.
And they captured the emotion of regret very, very well. And it always brought something out whenever I listened to it. It didn't help that one of the times I listened to Regret on the way home from school and I was crying.
Oh no.
On the way home from school I was crying, like driving, and then right after Life Will Change played.
Oh god.
And then I was like, oh god, and I just started crying more, but I was like singing along while crying, and I was just like, I feel so ready for this day. Yeah, music can really move me.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% get it.
Yeah, but that's my last Persona 5 song that does any sort of stab in the heart kind of deal. I got other ones that I love, but for different reasons, of course.
No, we could talk for hours about songs that we just love. We did try
Yes.
to narrow this down to special
Yes,
songs.
special songs. Songs that really did something to you in your life.
Oh,
Sort of,
yeah. Like my next pick, which has literally gotten me through damn near every anxiety attack I've ever had.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So I, as I mentioned last time, adore The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And that series actually had a film adaptation of one of the books called The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. It's a 3-hour movie.
Oh, jeez.
It's long. It is worth every hour. And about 2/3 of the way through the film, there's a point where I can't talk about this without spoiling some aspects of Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. So if you don't want to hear it, I guess
Spoiler
we'll
warning.
give you another timestamp.
Disclaimer. All right.
So, in this story, the main character Kyon is given a choice to live in a world where the reason that his life is so crazy isn't there. So he is given the potential to live a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2/3 of the way through the movie, he's offered the choice. Does he want to keep the normal life? Or does he want it to go back to the way it was before?
Right.
And as he's giving himself this kind of, like, literally giving himself this pep talk, beating himself up, literally, like there's 2 of him.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, no, he's giving himself a monologue about all the crazy shit that the character put him through.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a question asked. Was it fun? Can you honestly say it wasn't?
Mm-hmm.
And the song that builds up to this crescendo of just emotion and Kyon actually through visualization gets thrown out a window as this is happening, and he's finally presented with the choice, and it just all calms down, and he goes, of course it was fun. How could you even ask me that?
Mm-hmm.
And so he does what he needs to do to progress the story, but that song, it makes me personally in real life be able to look back and say, if somebody asked me, was it fun, that I could honestly answer, of course it was. How could you ask me that? Like, and so, like, the first time I talked to somebody on Twitter or the first time I posted on a YouTube video, I would play this song to pump myself up, to be able to, and I know those sound like such silly minor things, but to me they were really, really scary.
Oh no, I understand that 100%.
And so this song has helped me push and be a braver person. And there's only one other song I can give that to, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But but yeah, no, Ready is probably the most important song I've ever had in my life. And when I found the OST, it was the reason I bought the entire OST.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Ancient Lore was the reason I bought Zelda.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man.
So we're getting to the end, aren't we?
Yeah,
we both
we
have one
are.
more big song.
Yeah. Just like that story is like, I also have those songs that make me feel ready,
Yeah.
but I'll talk about them for far too long. Talk about them eventually, but yeah, since they like, it's always so hard because sometimes I fit into 2 categories, and you know, it's hard to separate them from, like, does it hit me in the feels, or do I like it because of the instruments, or does it make me feel ready for the day, or does it pump me up to like fight something? You never know.
That's the problem. This topic was really broad, and we did try and like narrow it down before we started, but
Yeah.
it was hard. That's why I personally went with important.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Important
my
to
last
me,
song that was very important to me, that I still sort of tear up over if I'm in the right mood, because I have listened to it a lot,
Yeah.
but it is Nevermore from Persona 4.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh god. Yeah. So this song is basically the credit song for the game and the anime. I kind of listened / watched both of them sort of simultaneously. I don't recommend doing that because I got spoiled on the game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that must not have ended well.
No, but I beat Persona 4, and my recovery of beating Persona 4, because it was as bad as Persona 5, but my recovery was watching the anime almost every day for the next month.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have
And now
that.
you'll have that with Persona 5.
Yeah, but I've
so-
recovered from Persona 5. Now I'm just reliving, and it's like, oh god. Yeah, man, Persona 5 anime. Let's not get into that. Anyway,
Nope. That'll be its own episode.
yeah, but Nevermore. When I, God, Flam, why? When I first beat the game, and I knew it was coming up because I kind of, I think I'd finished the anime already, but and so I knew the end of the game was coming, and I knew how it ended. But that song comes on. And you're leaving because it said right from the beginning that you're leaving at the end of the year, Persona.
Mhm.
You're leaving all your friends that I felt like were my friends. Like, I felt like I was leaving the life I loved behind,
Aw.
and I couldn't stop crying. And Persona's end credits is usually like they'll do a frame of each character and then their persona as the song's going on, and it gives you like little clips of the anime cutscenes of what happened just throughout the games. You kind of get just a summary of the game in the credits as you're crying your heart out as the song is playing. That's literally called Nevermore, and the lyrics are basically, never again will we have these fun days spent together, but I'll remember them in my heart. And every time I'm just like, why did you leave? Why did you leave? Why did you leave? Why is this happening? Why? And
That's the thing with a couple of the Persona games. It's like, you could just stay.
you could just fucking stay, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, wow, I'm almost tearing up talking about it now.
Aw.
Yeah, the song really hits me. And so the lyrics and then everything that was happening, I cried for a good 10 minutes after that, after the game was done. And another reason I'm very nostalgic for it is, for some stupid ass reason, the last day of high school, I played it as I was driving back home.
Oh no.
And I was like, why did I do this to myself? And I was crying so much.
You know it's bad to cry and drive, Maddie, right?
I know. I do it. I not often. After momentous things, I do it. / when music hits in the very wrong spot / right spot, because that means I'm crying over it. But yeah, I played it as I left high school. The last time I would be there. Granted, I really did not like high school, but I knew that I still...
It's still scary when you're moving from one chapter to another.
That, and I still had sort of friends there that I knew I probably wouldn't talk to in the same capacity again, because we were forced to be next to each other, so we'd have fun and have conversations. For example, my softball friends and stuff, we'd play softball together and we'd be a community. And I knew after that, I highly doubt we'd ever talk like that ever again, which so far has been true and kind of depresses me. But yeah, it's like the song that is just like, never again will this happen. And I made this stupid ass decision to play it when I knew that was a real life case.
And you bitch at me for picking sad songs.
Shut
in
up,
certain
Kathleen.
situations.
I like torturing myself.
Yeah, same. Like, what's the issue?
It's bad. It's really, really bad. So that is like the top song that it doesn't always hit me in the feels, but whenever it comes on, I like everything that happens in my life, and then I play that game, like everything kind of refreshes, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Oh god, why? And so if I'm in the right mood, even though it's been 2.5 years, maybe 3 since I've played Persona 4, if I'm in the right mood and that song plays, I will start crying again.
Aww.
So yeah, that's Nevermore. The song title, the lyrics, when I played it in my life, I made it what it is. It's all my fault, and you know what? I don't think I'd do it any differently.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I got emotional there. All right, what's your last song?
My last song is the reason this podcast even exists in the first place.
which is crazy to think about.
It is. Debating story time or not.
You know what? Go for it. We're past the point of no return.
Sure thing. Back in the day, there was a little site called Blistered Thumbs.
Oh no. I know where this story is going.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
So, Blistered Thumbs, it was an interesting idea, but it was a very poorly designed site. It was really hard to find anything.
Mhm.
And one day, I came across a video that was a top 10 music video. And I hadn't really watched this content creator before because, like, they had an intro at the beginning of their thing, and I thought, oh man, they're just a Final Fantasy fanboy.
Sorry.
So I'd never really given them a chance, and I still feel guilty about that to this day.
All right. Continue.
You're laughing too much, Maddie.
I know. I'm kind of laugh crying, but it's okay. Continue.
So I watched this video. I'm at work, and I watched this video, and I'm like, it'll probably all be Final Fantasy music. And I don't even remember if there was any Final. There might have been like one or two songs. But I think Ys at one point was an honorable mention, and I know for a fact Karma from Tales of the Abyss was number 1.
Oh my god, Karma.
And I kind of sat back and having thought, oh man, I didn't give this content creator a chance because I totally judged them based on their intro. I'm a bitch. Not the oh man, I'm such a bitch. No, they like, oh man, well, I should feel bad about what I've done because I've probably taken content away that I would have enjoyed otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they like Karma, they can't be that bad.
Of course not. Karma is such a good song.
It's a really good song. It's my favorite in to all Tales games. I'll put that out there.
Oh yeah, I could.
So anyways, I was like, well, I can't find any other videos because Blistered Thumb is not a good design site. It's impossible to navigate. So I'm like, well, fuck, what do I do? I'll follow them on Twitter. It'll be fine. They'll post their video links and then it'll all be good and I'll see them there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they followed me back.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm extremely happy that they did because without that, I wouldn't have ever gotten in touch with Nick.
Yep.
I wouldn't have ever been on GSP.
Yep.
Where I talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein we started discussing a podcast. And
wherein we started talking to each other a lot. And then joked around. And then
got a final push. From a friend.
From the same...
The same person I happen to follow, and now we're here.
Yep.
I can't get over how much I owe to this one fucking song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why when you were talking about Tales of the Abyss, I didn't jump in with the fact that I also had a song from that game, because I wanted to end on this note.
Yes.
Without Karma from Bump of Chicken, the Tales of the Abyss intro, this podcast wouldn't exist. And I wouldn't have half the friends I have.
Man.
I would have never started using Twitter. I would have never commented on a YouTube video. I probably never would Twitch. The amount I owe to this song is stupid and ridiculous. I am so thankful for it.
I don't think I could ever look at Karma the same ever again now.
Know, right?
I love
How do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. I was actually debating on putting Karma on my list. Actually, no, Karma. The Meaning of Birth, I was considering as well.
Yeah,
because
which is a different version of Karma.
Yeah, yeah, but obviously it did not have nearly as big of an impact in my life as it did yours. So I'm glad I didn't pick it.
If you had, I would have been like, I'll get to this in a bit.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked what I did because that part still hits me because of the game. Though the fact that you/I owe so much to Karma is crazy. Because I also...
It's batshit is what it is. It's more than crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Because that's Karma's also kind of a song that brings me back, a little bit of a time machine.
Oh yeah, same.
Because I listened to it senior year. Actually, senior year in high school was when I was playing Tales of the Abyss on my 3DS. And I did play in class. But, yeah, I beat it, and then I added the soundtrack, as I do. As soon as I beat a game, I get the soundtrack and add it to my phone or what have you. And almost every day on the way to school, I'd have my tea. It was cold out because it was January-ish. and have my tea, and usually Karma would play, and I had that, that weird, that you always have like a certain feeling for different times in your life. So I had that I don't know how to describe it, senior year of high school feeling going to school.
I've heard it called like senioritis or whatever.
Yeah, but I wasn't that lazy. No, I kind of was. Enough. Don't worry about it. But not when it came to video production. Anyway, moving on. So when I started college, and I put on just a mix of all my songs, and I was going to video production again, except in college this time, and I had my tea, same tea I drank then, and then Karma came on, and then just suddenly that whole feeling just rushed back to me. Like, my eyes kind of went wide, and I was like, whoa, that was weird. And so for a while after that, I did listen to Karma with my tea going to college, because it kind of calmed me down since it was my first quarter.
Right.
And yeah, I also kind of owe a lot to Karma.
It's a funny song to be so important, and it's a really good song. It's too bad. I believe the 3DS version, it's just an instrumental, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah, but
because
yeah.
They did that for a few Tales of songs where they only did the instrumental, or they picked out a completely different song.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Karma, and the fact that I owe so much, like, I loved it before I owed everything to it, but
right.
Now that I owe everything, damn it, Karma, you're a good song.
You're a good song, Karma.
Also going back to that particular content creator, his stuff was good, and I was a total bitch for not watching it sooner.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I'm sure he will.
Oh my god, songs. Oh, Jesus.
I love them.
I love them
but
too.
We've already talked for, oh god, I don't even know how long.
Do you want to know how long?
Yeah.
An hour and 20?
I thought it was at least that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bit of a longer episode. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Yeah. This is the first thing we joked about when we were joking about making a podcast.
Yeah, this was way before we even were actually setting things up. It's like, oh yeah, and we could talk about music, and we could talk about like what hits us in the field.
Nobody ever talks about songs.
Nobody does.
Nobody.
It's hard, especially because with YouTube content ID stuff, it's like we're gonna try and put some of the songs in the background, but we can't promise all of them.
Right.
So, because content ID is a bitch.
Yeah. But oh my god, what an episode! Yeah, got a lot of good feels out. Explained myself.
I think I did a pretty good job of explaining why.
Yeah.
Why the songs, they mean the things.
They mean all the things. I still have many songs that I could bring up, but we'll
do that in another day.
Episode. Another day.
We'll find a way to cram a topic together and to make it work.
We're talking about no more songs. Deal with it. Yeah,
pretty much. But before we go, I want to give you a bit of homework.
Oh.
So last time I said I was going to give you homework, I was going to give you a story about people who are dragons.
Yeah.
But then Crunchyroll put Snow White with the red hair on, and I changed my mind. And
yeah,
you've already watched a chunk of it because I told you.
You said watch an episode, and I was like, I mean, I could, but I know myself, and I know I won't stop. And you're like, no, it'll be fine. And then you went to bed, and then midnight, 11 episodes in, I was like, yep, I finally got to a nice place to stop. I guess.
I didn't think you'd marathon it. I honestly didn't. But your homework is to eventually finish Snow White with the red hair, so we can have a nice little chat about that.
We're gonna have a nice little long chat about that.
Oh, I don't think it'll be as long as this.
No, absolutely not. But
I'm trying to look at our topics for a while. It's going to be a while before we hit another long show like this. Probably it's the one we have numbered as
10. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite a long episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we've taken up enough of your time.
Probably.
Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to join our Discord where we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. We also have our personal Twitters and our personal Twitch, and that's all in the description. Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.